Many of us would like to think that if we were truly pressed about our faith, that we would stand tall. In fact, many of us would like to think that no matter the storm, that we would still trust God. However, how many of us have almost drowned and been held at gunpoint in the same week, all while trying to share the love of Jesus in another country? Local church planter Paul Fernandes shares his story. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? What's good? I'm actually very, very excited today. I'm very, very excited. It is a day unlike any other that I've experienced, especially in the last 6 months. For those of you guys who've been on Twitch with me, you guys know that I moved in June. And now that we are here, today is a milestone marker unlike any other.
Yes,
Today's guest is his presence just in this home alone has radically changed the spiritual life in my home right now. Okay. Just to make you understand who this person is. This person, by his sheer presence in the studio, my children will be better discipled because he visited here today. He is here. In fact, just him being here, my wife and I, our love for one another will grow in a way that has never grown before. I will disciple and lead in ways that I've never done before. And this neighborhood, because of this man, is going to come to know Jesus. And it's not because of me. They're going to go, there was this dude who walked into your home. And while he was there, the light just shined upon the rooftop in a way that we just knew that there was something godly about it because of this man.
Wow.
This man that I'm talking about right now, ladies and gentlemen, is Paul Fernandes.
What's up, everybody? How we doing? You're so stupid, bro. Oh my gosh.
Had to get my Southside Rabbi intro.
Hey, we got to get it in when we can get it in.
KB,
you know? It's so fun. It's so fun. My wife cannot take it, but I'm like, I love this part. This is like my favorite part. I'm like getting in this mug, but I got the feeling on this side, and so my armpits are sweating a little bit. I'm like, dang, this is the hot seat. This is the hot seat.
Yes, yeah. I turned the heater. I had to turn the heater down. What up, Freedom? I see you, bro. I see you.
Freedom.
Hey, since you're here, man, how we sounding, bro? The level's okay? The level's okay? I think okay, cool. Yeah, he's here in the intros. But yeah, man, bro, we just talked about it. We haven't hung out in months. In months. Like I said, I've lived here for 6 months now, and this is your first time here. So
yeah, you got carpet, bro.
It had
it's like the blessings and the move was amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at your house. I'm like, well, we got to go live soon. It's like I can't be like looking at your house all day, but I'm like, man, it's been a while, bro.
It has been a while. Good, coming in clear. Hey, Avira Jordan, that is my mom. That's my mom, bro.
Mama.
So yeah, shout out to mommy for coming through. But yeah, man. So we do have a lot to get caught up on for sure. I had to get notes for the questions and stuff that I wanted to talk about. So we can
somewhat stay on track.
Because we don't stay on track. We don't stay on track.
Oh, those Chick-fil-A conversations, man.
We want to do that. Yes. And if you guys have ever been on our Twitch, today's stream is unofficially sponsored by Chick-fil-A Sweet Tea, where all your joy is just one sip away. Amen. Amen.
Wow. Number 4 with a lemonade for me. Thank you.
But okay, man. Let's go. Let's get into it.
Cool.
It's some people may know you when they watch this back and all that, but I know many do not. So give us some backstory a little bit. Just who you are, who Paul Fernandes is.
Dang. Paul Fernandes. I am a lover of Jesus. I love coffee and adventure. Yeah. Backstory a little bit around me. I'm a military brat, and so I was born in Okinawa, Japan, and grew up on military base and came to Southern Illinois in late 90s, and so been here ever since. Grew up in a household with 2 loving parents and was really into athletics. Loved playing soccer, wrestled, ran track, did the deal. I have an older brother, 10 years older than me, CJ, and he fought for the UFC for a while, so that was pretty cool. So that's a big part of my story. And I radically met Jesus through watching The Passion of Christ and hanging out with you and the guys breakdancing.
Yes, the origin story.
The origin story. So I got to hang out and be around Christians. Didn't even know it because y'all were just b-boying. I was like, let's get it in. I don't know what I'm doing. And then come to find out, I'm like, y'all love Jesus over here. I thought you were, remember my story about you guys like praying in the locker room?
Bro, share that. Please share that because I still think that story is hilarious. So yes, please share that for the audience.
So all I know is Jose is a really good b-boy, and he has a crew of people, and they're breaking. That's all I know. So I'm showing up early. I'm at the gym, and I'm seeing you guys, and you guys are like welcome me in. I'm just dancing, doing the deal with y'all. Can't keep up, but you know I'm there, and we got done. So you guys went in the locker room, and then I was like, oh, I was a wrestler. So I was like, man, I got to put my stuff in the locker so I don't have to carry it all through class. And I'm walking in, and I thought you guys were like Arabic or something. Y'all were speaking in tongues or something. You guys were on something. And I was like, dang, like I didn't know they were Middle Eastern. I was like, I knew Jose, you know, you had the beard, you had the long hair, you had the Jesus hair going on back in the day.
Yeah, it was the like goatee looking, I call it like Backstreet Boys AJ.
Bro,
look going on. Yeah,
you look like Jesus, bro. And so I didn't even know who he was at the time, but like I thought, oh man, these guys have to be Arabic. But we end up becoming really good friends, and end up meeting Jesus, and because of seeing Passion of Christ, having a few people like you in my life, and I was like, I think Jesus is real, and my life has never been the same. Just been transformed. Went from just living for myself, just what I consider an average guy, right? Just full of lust, passion for my own self. You know, I would go to the parties and do all those things because I just loved attention and I just wanted to be in a group of people. And when I got welcomed into this wonderful family with y'all, it was a game changer for me. It's like I put Jesus rocks on my shorts. And last time, shout out to Bubba Elise, last time I got suspended was I tagged someone's locker because in my wrestling team, I had a big old fro and people didn't like me because I was super skinny, I had a big old fro. And on a wrestling meet, someone like cut the side of my hair. And so I just punched everybody in the face. I didn't know who it was. No one would fess up to it. And I was like, gah. And I found out who it was. Got that graffiti out. I put Jesus loves you on the locker. So they got suspended for vandalizing the school's property.
This man was going hard for Jesus. So hard for Jesus. We call that persecution here in the American church now.
Yeah. We just throw hands and graffiti people's stuff.
Because he got suspended because of his faith in Jesus. Forget the vandalism. It was because of his faith.
Because of my faith
in Jesus.
Oh, man. But yeah, man. So ever since then, the fast track story is I end up hearing about this internship called YWAM, Youth with a Mission.
Yeah.
And Denver, Colorado. And I did this thing called a Borders ETS. Basically what that means is I got to snowboard and tell people about Jesus. It was great. And so had that cool experience and realized that I had an oratorical gift. Like I can actually talk and clearly project something. And I was like, okay, this is cool. And people were discipling me, training me. And I went to a mission trip to Juarez, Mexico. And I visited my first orphanage, broke me in half. And
I don't even know.
Hanging out with a bunch of kids that their parents just dropped them at the doorstep and just whatever. And so you're just loving on these kids. And, you know, they got their broken English. I got my broken Spanish. And we're just, you know, and this kid's like, so you're coming back tomorrow, right? And like, I take short-term mission trips all the time. The one thing I hate is when you do ministry in one place, one time only, specifically when there's kids involved.
Yes.
It's just so heartbreaking, bro. Because they're expecting you. We're going to come play tomorrow, right? Because I played with this dude for 9 hours, bro.
Yeah.
Well, it was just me and him. He was my dude. Like, it's me and him. And he's like, you can come back play tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, it'll be great, man. And they're like, yeah, Paul. Like, when I'm on the bus, they're like, yeah, Paul, like we're not coming back. Ooh. Bro, I lost it. I was like praying, like, Lord, if you could send angels and like talk to him. I didn't want to tell this dude a lie. But like that being on the mission field, like transformed something in me, it put something in me that then we took a trip to Brazil. And so what YWAM's really known for is 3 months of biblical training and then 3 months on the field. And so we had training for 3 months, and that was part of my training going on this Juarez trip. And then so I went to Brazil, and so I got to spend time in Porto Velho, which is the Amazon. We got to smuggle Bibles for Jesus. That was fun. So we work with Wycliffe. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And they did Bible translations, and they were writing a language for this tribe that the base was ministering to. So what we had to do was take the Bibles out there, and then we're going to do some skits and tell them about Jesus and do all the deal. And so we had to load all the Bibles in a boat, and we had to hide underneath the boat because not everyone was allowed to go on native territory. So we got a bunch of this like 18, 17-year-old kids hiding underneath,
Bro, okay, let's hang on. I want to slow down on that just for a moment, bro, because I'm sitting here thinking about Ding Dong Ditch is already panic enough for me, anxiety level on 10. So what in the world did you take the moment to what did it feel like
Felt
in
like
that
SEAL
moment?
Team 6, bro. Like I was going in, like as my dad being a military dude, I was like, this is the mission, bro. Like this is the mission. Like Jesus said, go into all the world and make disciples of all nations. How we're going to make disciples? We're going to bring them these Bibles. We're going to continue ministry that these missionaries have been doing for years now. We just happen to be delivering some good Amazon products for them that will not waste away in eternity. And so I'm down in there and I'm just like, this is great. Like everyone else is freaking out because we have no idea where we're going.
Yeah.
And then by the time we get out, it's like Jurassic Park. It's the Amazon. Like I've never really seen like the Amazon like from where I was in Porto Velho. It was like mud road, really open fields, like typical whatever you can see on a screenshot. But like when you're in the jungle, bro, it's like Jurassic Park out there. And so it's just, feels like spiders as big as your hand, and you can hear animals in the background and there's life in there, right? And then you show up to this native territory, everyone's in loincloth and stuff like that, and you got a couple teenage boys, we're all like, keep your eyes up, because you got ladies. I'm like, dude, but they're natives, like they're just living on the land,
bro,
right?
And I can only think because during that time, that's peak purity culture time too. So it's like it's already over the top.
Over the top. You're just sinning by being in Brazil.
Yeah. just even being there. Wow, man.
So I had to tell the story. It was really cool. At church, someone said, man, you have to be really strong for God to call you to Brazil. And I was like, yeah? It's like, yeah, there's some really beautiful women down there. I was like, I never crossed. I didn't even think about it. Like,
it wasn't an issue.
It wasn't an issue.
Put it in my mind.
Until you put it there. So I got to be there in Porto Velho. You got to be in the Amazon, and it was that moment in that native territory when we were handing out Bibles. I was like, dude, I want to do this for the rest of my life. I want to tell people about Jesus, and I want to give them Bibles. Like it just felt like awesome, and just to share and the hope of Jesus and it being translated down. Like it was like 3 languages, like Portuguese, and then it was another, and then it was me in English, then Portuguese, then in their native tongue. And so it was just so cool, man. And then we got done with that, and that was like a month and a half, I guess. And then we went to Rio de Janeiro. And so Fast and Furious paint the picture pretty well about Rio, but we went to the favelas in Rio. And so favela is just gang territory. And so usually what happens is the plains are really for just wealthy people, upper middle class people and all that. And those that kind of live in the poverty line live on like the mountain. And so we drove up on this mountain in the favela, and we were part of a music school, and I have no musical ability. So I am out here thinking I ain't doing nothing but hanging out with folks. And so we're hanging out with folks. I meet my first big person in Brazil because I thought no one can be big in Brazil. Everyone's like, I called her Big Mama because every time she saw me, she always told me to come over. She always had plates of food for me. And I was like, listen, we can't even speak the same language. This woman knows that I'm hungry.
Listen. We're gonna pause. So this man, As many of you guys know, I DJ, right? I go by DJ Integrity, and I'll be doing events, and he would MC with me from time to time as much as he was available. But if anybody knows the reference of Goku, all right, for my anime lovers out there, you guys know how when he is hungry, he loses strength. This is the strongest man in the universe, right? This character is, but don't let his stomach growl, because if it does, it's over. It's over. He can't even bend a toothpick. And so this man, I know that love language of food, because I knew as long as I could feed him, as long as he was fed, this man works.
Listen, I will work for this brother. I'll do whatever he needs me to do. Just make sure food is there. And this lady saw. This lady's like, she already knew. And I was like, ooh, I loved it. So I called her Big Mama. Big Mama had the food for me. So I eat with my team, and then I eat a second lunch with Big Mama and the fam.
There you go.
And we had a moment to minister and love on people more in the mountain. And so higher in the mountain, like I told you, is more poverty. And so this family, like, I was living like in a shack. They don't have a full roof. Like it was pretty bad. And so the ministry team was like, yo, let's, cause we brought money, resources. We're like, we just want to bless these people. So we decided to rebuild the roof and work clean inside, help organize and do the thing. It was like a team of like, I think it was like 10 of us, 10 or 12 of us. And so I stayed after to just kind of make sure the roof is all good, even though I'm not really that handy of a person, but I had my friend with me and we were doing the deal. I was being his assistant, helping him out. And so we got done and we're just like wiping our faces. We're just looking out in Brazil. Brazil's just so beautiful. And then up comes this guy, just red eyes and just angry. And he just pulls a gun straight in my face. And he starts yelling at me. And he's telling me, you better come with me right now. And all I could hear
in English or
in English,
okay.
All I could hear is, "Come with me right now." And I said, "I'm sorry, we're here on a mission trip." Like I'm trying to say that in Portuguese, but it's getting rough. And then while the gun is in my face, I'm thinking, like I'm just talking, like I'm talking to you right now. And so we're just going back and forth about how I'm American and I'm here helping out the people. I don't want I don't want to hurt anyone. Like
while the gun is still
still in my face.
Wow.
Just in my face. And so we're just kind of going back and forth. And I just kind of sit there and I'm looking at my buddy and my buddy's looking at me and he's telling me to come with him because he wants to earn his reward. And I was like, whatever you say. I mean, you got the gun, so whatever you want to do. And so
now during that time, so when you were there, is this like an adult-led thing, or were you already an adult? Like, are you solo?
So I was
like
I think I was 17, 18 at the time. And
okay.
I signed a waiver that you're basically giving up your life if you go up on this
and
trip.
Now you know why.
Just for context, for those that have no idea about favela or gang life, like when you go to sleep at night, you would just hear gunshots. Like just pop, 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 pop. Like it was just that was like just natural. Yeah. And you don't go outside barefooted because usually there's hot like gun shells. Like you just don't do that. And so that's the context. So like you would see kids with AK-47s. And I say kids, like I'm talking like 14 to like, I think the oldest had to be 30. It didn't look like anyone was like older than 30. Yeah. And so they're just running. They're running circuits. They're doing their deal. So there's this little 20-year-old kid pointing a gun in my face, bro. And we're just arguing. We're arguing if I'm Brazilian or not. And I am just telling him I'm not Brazilian. Now, for someone to say I look Brazilian, that's good. I think y'all are beautiful out there. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm a handsome young man. Okay.
I'm a handsome man. But I'm like, dang. And so when he takes me somewhere, I don't know if it's his house, I don't know if it's his drop spot. He takes me to the spot. I'm probably not there longer than 5 minutes, but this feels like forever.
Yeah.
Because he has the gun. I have to listen to his directions while I'm walking to an unknown place. And all of a sudden, we got some gang members that show up and a missionary, and he says, hey, this is our missionary. And
okay.
And
so did that missionary already had like connections with the gang?
Yeah, so the mission,
okay.
So the mission work that was being done in the favela at the time, the rumor or the legend goes that one of the drug lords got shot from the gang from that community that we're in, and he got rushed to the facility where they play music and all that, and the missionaries prayed for the drug lord, and the bullet came out and the wound got healed.
Dang.
So there was like mad respect for the missionaries. Like, you just don't touch the missionaries.
Yeah.
Period. So when I came in, I'm just literally thinking about just going to pee my pants. Like, I'm just scared for my life. I'm not sure what I'm going to do or what I'm doing. And here I see this guy I just met like a couple weeks ago who says he's going to help give us a tour of Brazil and we're going to do ministry together. And then he's just telling the guy, like, hey, this is our guy. And the gang basically was like, yeah, you don't touch the missionaries. And they beat this dude bad. Like, they took the dude that pulled the gun on me.
Yeah.
They just, I've never, like, listen, like,
so right in front of you.
Right in front of me. They just start beating him down, and they grab me and I start walking away. But it's like, cause we're from the St. Louis area.
Right.
Everyone talks about like East St. Louis,
think,
and the North Side, and naming all these gangs. I've never seen a beat down like that in my life. I was like it was hard. It was like one of those like I don't want to look, but I want to look. Like, and it's just like
it's too hard to look away.
But it was a big moment, man, and it was just like it was a game changer. So I got done and I went back to my team, man, and I was like, what is happening in my life? And so we just went back to life like it was normal. 3 days later, bro. 3 days later, we had a free day. We're hanging out. We're not in the ghetto anymore. We're walking. We see a beach. We go to the beach, hanging out with a bunch of boys, right? So we're just taking off our shirt or pants, whatever. We're just in our boxers. It's Brazil, bro.
Right.
We go out there and we're body surfing. We're just having a good time, just enjoying ourselves, just great.
Yeah.
And I go off on my own and I'm just enjoying the waves, man. And I get tired. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna let the waves take me. Yeah. And I just let the waves take me. And it was over, bro. I got hit by an undertow. And so I didn't know what an undertow was then, but I do know what it is now.
So like riptide?
Yep. So it was like, instead of pulling towards the beach, it was like it was a whole pipe system, like a streaming system that was pointing towards the ocean. So,
Got you.
So like Finding Nemo. Think Finding Nemo.
Yeah. Okay.
Like a stream, like.
So it's definitely one of those things. My family and I, we've gone on cruises and we've got told about that. But so it's one of those things where, and I'm correct me if I'm wrong, where you don't even know that you're in it until you are tossed out to sea.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah, it
so
was
you're
like
out
a
there.
Full thrust. Like I signed up for a Six Flags Batman ride, and I didn't know I was going to be on it. Like it was just like I expected the wave to take me one way, and then all of a sudden I'm pummeling, and I have no idea where I'm at, what's going on. I'm pummeling, and it's just like I'm just sucked in this vortex, and I'm thinking I got to get out of this thing, and so I'm trying to like swim up around somewhere, and I can't go anywhere. Like nothing's happening, and I'm pushing as hard as I can, and I just push all my energy out. I cannot get up out of the water. I am sucked underneath the water, and so I just kind of let go because I was pushing as hard as I can for a few minutes. There's only so much strength you can have when you're in the water.
Bro, and that's exhausting. Like
because you're just.
You think swimming in a pool is one thing, but like you get in the ocean, there's no break.
It has a mind of its own. Like there's swimmers that are even like, I don't do the ocean. Because it has a mind of its own. Like it's just like it's moving, it's going, and so I let my body go. I was just like, forget it, dude. I'm just gonna die out here. Like I thought I was gonna die like again. And I'm like, so I'm floating now slowly towards the bottom. I'm not feeling this strong current anymore. I must have got out of that stream, and I'm thinking I'm gonna die. And I kept hearing, it's amazing what you can do by yourself. It's amazing what you could do by yourself. And I'm thinking, Lord, please help me. I just said it out loud, like, Lord, please help me. And bubbles are coming up all around me. It was like a little mermaid, little thing that was happening. And all of a sudden something touched my butt. I don't know if it was a fish. I don't know if it was the hand of God. I don't know what it was. All I know is that I was in the ocean. I asked for help and something touched my butt. And I was above water. That's all I know. Wow. And I was just like, and I was just breathing. And there was a surfer on, just chilling right in the middle of the ocean. And he's just there. And he just saw me grabbing and reaching, told me to grab the board. And grabbed the board, and he is pushing me and swimming towards the beach, bro. Like this surfer was in shape, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all you surfers out there, like in shape. So he's pushing and he's swimming and pushing, and I'm in my underwear, bro. Just don't want to die. Like I'm holding on to this board, and we finally get to the beach, and I'm throwing up and I'm vomiting, and I'm thinking, Lord, like what's up with my life? Like it's going horrible. Like all these things, like again, the same week, okay, get held at gunpoint, almost drown in the ocean because I don't know how to swim. Correctly. And like, Lord, why is this happening to me? And I felt in that moment that the Lord was calling me to ministry. And so that was a big push for me. I felt that the Lord was calling me to focus on his rhema, focus on his spoken word. And it was game over for me. I was like, I need to just let go of any ambition, any heart that I had for anything. And I just want to be a firefighter and paramedic. I grew up on Marvel Comics. I grew up on DC. I just want to be Batman for the city. I just wanted to be Spider-Man. Like, I just wanted to be a hero. And so I wanted that field because of that. And here I am on the mission field thinking, yeah, I'm here for Jesus. And then everything's going wrong. And I feel this call. And so that's a big part of my story of why I do what I do. And now I'm going to fast forward. Married 10, 11 years. Can't remember now. I'm live. Shoot.
Shout out, Crystal.
Shout out, Crystal. 11 years. I got you. August 20th, girl. And 3 kids. And I'm currently a church planter. Just started a church Easter of this year, 2022.
Yeah. Now I want to pause. I want to take a moment. I know.
I fast forward through that mud.
No. You're good. I want to pause because one of the things that is the biggest misconception, and I think Christians tend to do it to themselves, do it to ourselves, where we, in our hopes to proclaim the gospel, in our hopes to give hope to people, we say, hey, if you follow the Lord, if you give your life to God, life will be so much better. And in a way it is, but then we do a disservice to not clearly articulate, but there are going to be many more problems than anything. I was just talking to one of my family members, and I was telling her, my little sister, I was like, man, if I wanted life to be quote unquote easier, I would not be a Christian.
Facts.
Being a Christian is one of the hardest things ever, right? Forget, and this isn't even like I got enemies or all that kind of stuff. Like it's not that. I am my own worst enemy.
Come on, yeah.
And that killing yourself and that dying to your flesh is no joke, especially when it is a vice of yours. Yep. Right. For me, it's lust. And so the thing that constantly keeps calling to you, but then you're like, I would just to kind of picture it would be like the ocean is my vice, and I'm trying my hardest to swim to land, to swim to God, to swim to safety. But as I'm struggling to do it, I give up. There's moments where I'm like, you know what? I might as well just go ahead and just do it because I'm out here. I'm struggling. You know, I feel like God's so far away, you know. And so I think, and I'm not saying that that's, right to continue to do stuff, but there is that conception, bro, because you're like, there's this thought process like, well, if you just follow Jesus, everything is going to be awesome. Yeah. And that's not the case. Life is still going to be messy. Life is still going to have its ups and downs. The only thing that's changed is you're not alone. Hey, freaking man. The only thing that's changed is you're not alone now. Yeah. And that is the only thing that changes. But we feel like there's this guarantee. Well, if if I'm yoked up with the creator of the universe, that means I can't be sick no more. Yeah. I can't have hardship no more. I can't have a divorce. I can't have this. I can't have that. And we go in with this preconceived idea, and it's not the case. And what's crazy for me, and especially for those that are watching this, if you're having a hard time at work, it's not you need to leave. It might mean you need to pray because the Lord may have you in there for a reason. And because what we do is we just leave because it's hard. Yeah. And it's just like,
man, when we look at Jesus, when we look at the apostles, like these dudes hammered in hard, even in the midst of suffering.
Philippians 4:13. I can do all things in Christ, who strengthens me. And I think that is, I think many people have talked about how it's been misquoted, but Paul did not say that in his happiest hours. He did not say that in his yacht. He did not say that on top of, his throne with many servants and land and everything else. And I think to do that intentionally, that's what you're talking about with the disciples, being that way. He was intentional. Like, he had every right to continue to complain, to continue to give up, or whatever the case may be, or go, man, you know what? I've been through some things. I've been bit by snakes. I've been shipwrecked. There's some things that has been happening in my life, and instead, it's like, nah.
That boy said, "I'm content in all things, bro."
Yeah,
that's a prayer.
Yeah,
content in all things, whether abundance or little. Like, I am content. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
that is crazy. It's like, Lord, help me to be content in every scenario, even when blessings aren't happening on high, that I'm able to continue the course that you've called me to live and walk in. Amen. No, seriously.
Hey, if you liked any of this content and you found some value in it, make sure that you like, subscribe, and of course, share it. Also, if you're interested in some more, go ahead and check out these videos. Till next time, grace and peace. Adios.